Yeah, good evening and welcome to You and the Law on OGTV, your weekly legal awareness program where we simplify the law and empower you with the knowledge to protect your rights. I'm your host, Moreni Keji Shobaliji, and in today's digital age, obtaining a loan is just a few clicks away. Loan applications have become a quick source of financial relief for many Nigerians. However, for some borrowers, the convenience of digital lending has been overshadowed by harassment, threats, public shaming, and even the unlawful disclosure of personal information when, repayment becomes difficult. What does the law say about debt recovery? And can loan apps contact your family, friends, or employer? Are borrowers protected against intimidation and privacy violation? And what, responsibilities do borrowers have when they obtain digital loans? These are questions begging for answer, and we will be addressing today as we discuss loan apps and debt recovery, understanding your rights. Yes, on that note, again, I want to welcome you to You and the Law on OGTV. Yes, we will quickly take this break because I have in the studio who would, a legal practitioner, somebody that knows his onions, and somebody who would be able to enlighten us, would shed more light on these important legal issues. But before I introduce my guest in the studio, we'll quickly take this break. When I return, you are going to meet my guest in the studio. Join us after the break. Yes, glad to have you back, joining us on You and the Law. Yes, like I said before we went for that short break, what we're looking at today is loan apps and debt recovery, understanding your rights. Yes, as a person, as a citizen, you should know your certain rights and what are the limits of your rights. Yes, joining us to shed light on these important legal issues is Prince Ahmed Ademuyiwa Fatai. Yes, I call him Prince Esquire. He's also, a very brilliant legal expert who will also be telling us what we need to know about the topic of discussion today. You're welcome to You and the Law, Prince.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Good evening to our viewers. Welcome to another edition of this program.
Thank you so much for being here, and I'm sure you are here to, provide us with the needed answers to certain questions. Yes, as we have a digital age, advancement in technology, everything is digitized now. So a lot of people, it is just a click away to get money to do stuff, to borrow, borrow, or to get loan to do things. But, lately, even if you do all this, people still do not know their limits, their rights, and all of that. And it gets to a level that borrowing are becoming a kind of harassment to people. A lot of people borrow today and they get harassed, they talk to them anyhow, and the borrowers are becoming, a subject of ridicule sometimes. It's kind of a sad situation because a lot of them do not even understand what to do at a particular time. So now let me ask you, what rights do borrowers have when they obtain loans through digital loan? Let's start from there. What are their certain rights?
Well, thank you very much for that question. Well, as a borrower, there are some rights that have been enshrined in the Constitution, and other laws that have been enshrined by the lawmakers. And one of those rights is the fact that you have this right to privacy. You understand? Now, like you said, it's 2026. We are in a digital world right now. So obtaining loans has become easier when you just have to just pick your phone, download the app, and start clicking some information that you don't even know you are giving out. Now, they tend to use this information to harass you by when you default in payment. Then you get to they send you some pictures, all your family members, your friends, your employer, that this person is owing, and then they tend to damage your reputation. Now, the law actually protects your privacy. There is also what we call the Nigerian Data Protection Act. It also protects your data. So when you are giving your data out, your information out, the law is that the fact that you have consulted with the fact that they should use your data, it should not be used illegally. Okay. So one of those rights you have is the right that you have your private life when I'm borrowing money, my friend was not there. My family member was not there. So why is that when I default in payments, that you tend to bring those third parties
into the
issue?
Contract.
So the law protects your personal life. Now, the one we also call fair hearing. Now, the fact that at the point of sending whatever message it is that they are texting to your friends, your friends will not hear from you by that time. But whatever it is that they cooked up to send is what they will receive and believe. So your right to fair hearing has been breached at that moment of them sending those messages. So that was one of the rights that the law protects you. Your right that the law has protected. Then there's another thing. In fact, the law goes further to protect your personal life.
Okay, let me take you from there. You know, there are times where you are applying for this online loans, digital loans. You are subjected, or you are asked, not even, you are not forcefully asked to, yes, under their requirements. There is space where you're feeling maybe your next of kin, or maybe your, what do I call it, maybe there are names or numbers that you would have to drop, maybe surety or something. These are people, referee, or whatever term they would use. So at that point, should they not have the right, these online or loan apps, do they not, backed by law, maybe legally allowed to contact borrowers' family members, or the numbers you have, willingly, you kind of dropped yourself in the process of applying. For the loan?
You see, the thing is, generally, we have a saying that to every general law, there's always an exception. Now, generally, the loan app does not in any way have the right to contact anybody.
Okay.
Now, this is where the exception will come in. Now, if you have given out a particular number, and that person whom number you've given out give consent that he or she should be used as a guarantor.
Okay.
Now, they can contact that person. Now, contacting the person, the message they are to send to that person too carry a lot of weight. You can't just send any message to that person because of the fact that the lender, the borrower has given you consent to message the person. Now, generally, the thing is, once you download the app, there is this prompt that always come up, give us access to your contacts. Now, they are not specifically asking for someone, but they want to have the right to all your contacts.
Okay.
Now you click yes.
So you are giving them.
The consent to have access to your contacts. However, that access does not mean that they have the unfettered access to do whatever they please with every member of your contacts. So the law, like I said, the Nigerian Data Protection Act will give the data collector that right that, okay, once you've been given the access to have access to their contact list, that doesn't mean you have the unfettered access. Whatever it is that you have to communicate with those contacts must be according to the law.
Okay, if you are now the person, maybe you find yourself in that situation, what legal action are you expected to take? You are the borrower and your privacy has been, your rights has been infringed upon, yes, and you need to seek a kind of redress. How do you go about it as a borrower? Because sometimes, sometimes you find yourself in this situation, at the end of the day, there is absolutely nothing you can do. We have seen cases like that. These lenders, this loan app, would send pictures of the borrowers. They would body shame the person. They would harass the person. Kind of send several all sort of defamatory, words attached to the picture. And at the end of the day, nothing has happened. I have not seen anyone or any borrower taking up such a case with the loan up. So what do we do in this situation? Maybe people do not know their rights, really. Maybe they did not know what to do, right? Because there are times you don't know the next line of action.
Yes.
So in this situation now, what do you expect a borrower whose right is being infringed upon, whose privacy is being tampered? What do you expect such a person to do?
Well, you see, I don't tell my clients that a doctor, a medical doctor, is as important to you as a lawyer is.
Okay.
Now, it has become a norm for an average Nigerian not to know his rights under the law. Now, for someone who has borrowed money and your picture has been circulated with defamatory statements, in fact, there are a lot of remedies for you. The problem is the fact that probably you don't have a lawyer close to you. Now, under the Constitution, like I said earlier, your right to private life is protected. Now, when your picture has been circulated with defamatory words, you have the right to seek redress in court. There's what we call this commission, this agency we call the Federal Competition and Consumer Rights Commission. They are the one who gives these most of these loan apps, they register these loan apps and give them the permission to operate. You can as well lodge a complaint with them.
Okay.
Then the NCC, the Nigeria Communication Commission. When communications has been sent that is false, untrue about you, you can as well lodge a complaint with them. Now, at the court of law, you can file for fundamental right enforcement because it's your fundamental right of privacy that be breached. Your fundamental right of fair hearing have been breached. There are remedies. In fact, there are compensations, a lot of compensations that you can even get from the court. It is funny that it is the lender who ought to obtain money from the borrower. We end up paying the borrower. Because the lender is owing you.
Is that one not kind of stylishly encouraging
no,
default?
No.
Okay.
It's me telling.
Because a lot of people will believe that I want to default,
so that
deliberately default, so that at the end of the day, if they take any action that is illegal, then I can sue or I can file for.
That's why, I'm sorry to cut it, that's why the lender will not do things that is illegal just for the sake of obtaining the loan back. Now, of course, the borrower can default in payments, but there are legal ways for you to obtain your money and the interest. Now, what I'm saying is a message to the lender, not for a victim of being in the position whereby they will be forced to pay someone whom they ought to obtain money from. So they will now use your own money to pay you the debt. Because once you've done things that is contrary to the law, illegal, you publish a defamatory statement against your borrower.
Maybe
of course,
sometimes you say the person is dead. Maybe this person.
Dead. If I say he's dead, I think to some extent it's even good. Now, I have a friend who happened to be a victim of this, a legal colleague for that matter. Now, it was even a third party that even sent me the picture. I was like, is this not this person? That they just sent him a message that this person is a fraud, that this person is a thief. A legal practitioner for that matter. So for them to have, now that's what I'm saying now, a legal practitioner when it's to some extent quite known in Ogun State.
Wow.
You can imagine the kind of damage that kind of message would cause his reputation. Now he will be the one to sue you for damaging his reputation. You'll be the one to pay for compensation for damaging his reputation. Now that doesn't remove the fact that he's owing you. So what he will do is just pay you the money that you paid him for the defamatory word to set off his loan.
Wow. So at the end of the day, who is losing now?
To a very large extent is the lender.
The lender.
So for the lender not to be in that position where they will be the one to lose, they need to stop. I even believe for you to have bring up different work rates to create an app to lend money, you ordinarily need to have someone, a legal practitioner in your midst as a stakeholder, who's going to give you advice on how to recover your loans.
Okay.
It will save you.
So what better ways if you want to offer such free maybe for those watching us, this is a program that is watched all over the world. Yes, we are on all the platforms and people can see us. So what kind of advice or legal advice will you think what do you think is appropriate? Yes, let me say the lenders appropriate way of recovering their loan. The most appropriate way to go about it.
Well, the most legal way is for you to first of all meet up. If I don't even to meet up with the lawyer, for you to write a demand letter demanding the loan sum and whatever interest has accrued from the loan. Now, when you are writing this demand letter, or when a legal practitioner is writing the demand letter for you, there is always a stipulated time for the lender to pay the loan sum. Now, failure to pay within that loan that stipulated time give the lender opportunity to go to court. If best possible way for you to get your loan back, if you want to go to court of law. You see, legally, there's what we call the criminal liability and what we call civil liability. Loan falls under civil. You see, sometimes even police have been involved in collection of loans. It is illegal. It has been said many times, but you still see our police officers still engaging in helping someone to take back loan that have been given out. Police officers no business no jurisdiction in helping you to take loan back from someone you are giving loan to. It is a pure civil case. And pure civil case, the court has the jurisdiction to entertain same. So the best way, after you've given them the notice, which is the demand letter, that you need your loan back, the loan sum, and whatever amount that has accrued as interest, you go to the court. It is funny, I have seen in practice that even people do not know that to take a matter to court, don't even need a lawyer.
Okay.
You don't even need a lawyer. If you can do your case yourself, the law give you the right, the platform to address the court yourself. So if you feel your loan sum is not even that much that you need to start paying a lawyer for his service, go to court yourself.
But at this point, we should not also forget the fact that people, yes, as human beings, there are times we abuse opportunity. People take unnecessary cover up when it comes to, because I know this is my right and this is the limit of maybe the lender's right. Hence here, they cannot send pictures, they cannot call me, they cannot, these are things they cannot recover the loan in a very hard manner, in a legal way. Yes. So at this point now, should borrowers not have a limit to their rights, knowing their rights when it comes to borrowing money? You should also know yourself that, okay, I am not trying to be kind of this thing here, but at the same time, borrowing, you need to avoid a way of falling into the debt of maybe traps debt, and kind of when using this loan app, there are cautions. So what are the limits? What limits to every borrower have when it comes to paying back loan or applying for loan?
Well, I think first of all, we should understand the fact that obtaining loan is a contract between the borrower and the lender. Right. Now, for every contract there is terms and conditions. Before you obtain loan, that's one mistake that lenders do make generally. I think we phone users generally, let's forget about the fact of loan. Even when we are opening some apps that is not loan, we tend to just click consent without reading those terms and conditions that back our actions. And for every action and inaction that we commit, there's always a repercussion for it. Now, as a lender, so as a borrower who has borrowed money and has felt like, okay, well, they can't use police to carry me now. They can't send my picture now. Understand the fact that once you are in court, right? Let's take, for example, the lender now. Take the legal way of obtaining his loan, recovering his loan. He has written you a demand letter, you did as if you didn't see it. Then he proceed further to take you to court. Now the question is, what excuse do you have at the court of law? Okay. There is no excuse because you can't deny the fact that he did borrow you some money. Okay, what final advice? Because our time is fast spent, and this is a topic that everybody would want to take. We have their takeaways. So finally, what practical advice would you give both the borrowers and of course the loan app operators to encourage responsible lending and lawful debt recovery? Well, for every lender out there, I would say just recover your money according to the law. There is no need for you to harass, intimidate, blackmail before you get your money. The law has given you the free pass on how to recover your money. However, for every borrower, it is better for you to pay before you are being taken to court. First of all, read the loan, read the agreement, the terms and conditions that is attached to your loan. Don't borrow more than what you can return. Exactly. It is. Because you see them coming back and begging the law, we don't have money. And of course, you that you know that they are owing some money. How do you want to build them? Well, exactly what we are talking about on the show, let us just know our rights. And as we have had today, borrowing money comes with responsibilities, but debt recovery must also be carried out within the bounds of law. Every borrower deserves to be treated with dignity, while every lender has the right to recover legitimate debts through lawful means. I say appreciation to you for being part of the show today, for letting us with your insight on what we need to know. Yes, thank you so much, Prince Ademuyiwa. And that is the size of the program today. Thank you for watching You and the Law. Join us again next week for another enlightening discussion on legal issues that affect our everyday lives. Until then, my name is Moreni Keji Shabaloju. Stay informed, know your rights, and always let the law guide your actions. Good evening.